Into the burrows, the faithful tune in. Gary Mack's in the booth, let the musings begin. Orange and blue, through the highs and the lows, breaking down every pitch, cause that's how it goes. It's MetsMusings, where the stories ignite. A recap, a rant, and a Saturday night. Stats and passion, a voice fans trust. All for the team that's forever with us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of MetsMusings. I hope that everybody had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl game last night. It was not the most exciting game, I must say, and well, let's just leave it at that. But now the football season is officially over and baseball takes the stage. So we've got those Winter Olympics in there too. So, it's not going to be fully focused on baseball right away, but we were about 5 days away or so from pitchers and catchers as we record this. But many pitchers and players are down there already, starting to work, as every year. I mean, Nolan McLean's been down there, Jonah Tong, a host of other pitchers, including newly acquired Freddie Peralta. So they're getting ready early for this exciting time. And, there's some things that we're going to have to look for in spring training. And that is, different players are going to have to come to the forefront. Francisco Alvarez, this is going to be a big year for him. He's got a lot to prove. He really does. And he has to come through. He's got to try to beat that injury bug. And he's got to show more consistency offensively and defensively. He's got to show improvement there. Show that the 25 home runs he hit a few years ago wasn't a fluke. Show that his pitch calling is improved. His defensive blocking of pitches in the dirt has improved. These are all things that have to be answered and found out in spring training. Now, the Mets did make another move. They've made a couple of small moves, but some that could be key. And one of them is the signing of Austin Barnes, the former Dodgers catcher, who was caught probably some of the best pitches of our generation in LA with Kershaw and Ohtani and the others that have gone through there. So he will be a viable extra piece. He'll probably start in AAA as Torrens and Alvarez will be the catching duo in the big club. But should either one get injured or falter, there's a terrific backup waiting to take their spot. So, and let's not forget Hayden Senga, who did a nice job last year when Alvarez was out. So the Mets catching situation actually looks pretty good, probably more so defensively, but, that's okay. That's okay. If the other guy's hit, you can afford a defensive catcher. The other position that the Mets are going to have to settle on is left field. Is it going to be Brett Beatty? Is it going to be Carson Bange? Can Carson Bange make that jump? Don't forget, he only played not a lot of games in AAA. Not a lot of games at all. And he was injured. He got injured when he got to AAA. Never really blossomed there at all. But I think the injury had a large part to do with it. Now he comes in. Hopefully he's going to come in healthy here into spring camp. Let's hope he can impress and go out and try to win that job. Because if he does, That'll be great. If not, you got Beatty, you got Tyrone Taylor. Beatty's been working out, according to reports, in left field, all not all winter, but in the latter part of his winter workouts. So that's a good sign. I think he should also be working out a little bit at first base. Beatty has played left field, the outfield, in his minor league career. I think he played 29 games for Binghamton a few years back. So he's somewhat familiar with it. May not be terrible out there. So there's that. But that's going to be another position that's up for grabs. The rest of the positions are pretty well set. I think first base is still a big question mark, and we could see what happens there. But Jorge Polanco is probably at this point in time penciled in as the regular first baseman, with Mark Vientos in that mixture, as well as Beatty. Second base is going to be Simeon. Beatty might have a little time there as well. Shortstop, of course, is Lindor. Third base will be Bo Bichette. Soto is going to be in right field, of course. Luis Roberts Jr. will be in center. And again, left is the question mark. So we shall see. Another thing they're going to have to sort out is the pitching staff. Not so much sorted out, but see who sticks and who goes. Does Jonah Tong start the season with the big club or with AAA? Now, I really feel that he should probably start the year at AAA. He uh, did a decent enough job, showed promise, but I believe he needs more seasoning, in my opinion. So will they take that? But we'll see what kind of spring he has. He may have a terrific spring, and that will be enough to turn the corner for him. Who knows? All of these questions need to be answered, and they will. The Mets did add more to their bench. I mentioned Austin Barnes. They also added MJ Melendez on a 1 year split contract. He's a former second round pick of the Kansas City Royals. He originally came up in the organization as a catcher, but transitioned to the outfield and had limited experience at first and third base. So he could be somebody that could play a part if he makes the team out of spring. At one time, he was one of the top prospects in baseball, but hasn't been able to get a foothold in the major leagues and has not performed well. But he's still, 27, they say a lot of times is a make or break year when these guys hit 27, 28. So we'll have to see how he can, how he does at that, and whether he can find some of the magic that got him signed early in his career. Another thing the Mets have to work on is they have to sort out the bullpen, and they signed reliever Craig Kimbrell, one of the great relievers of our generation. Of course, he struggled the last few years. He was not the he's not the same pitcher he was a number of years ago, but he could very well be of some help should he make the team. He could be a big asset to some of the younger pitchers, especially some of the ones that may be in the bullpen, and could help some of the other relief pitchers as well. So that's another signing that the Mets did, and that's a good deal for the Mets. They'll see what happens. They'll throw it up against the wall and see what occurs, and whether or not these guys have still got something left. They may not, but it's an exciting time for baseball fans now because, as I said, with 5 days or so to pitchers and catches, we all get excited for that. For pitches and catches, hope springs eternal in the springtime, and it means a lot of things. It means winter's gonna come to a close, spring is gonna come, the warm weather's gonna come back, baseball's gonna return, and it's gonna be so nice when it gets here. And after a long cold, it's been very cold here in New York, as you all know. And it will be nice to have a break from the weather eventually. And there's a lot of people who go down for spring training, travel down here to get a break from the cold, and good luck to them. But it'll be great. So pitches and catches, and then a couple of days later, about a week later, the full squad reports, and then we'll, before you know it, we'll be watching games on TV, spring training games, and take a pad and paper because all of the guys coming in and out of those games, you'll want to make a note of who's who. So that's all coming up. All right, let's take a quick break, and I will come back right after this.
Hi, this is Leonard Hollywood Aberman, and I'm here with my dear friend and co-host on the Baseball and Barbecue podcast,
Jeff the Oak Coot Cohen, and you're listening to Mets Musings with
Gary Mack.
for baseball histories, stories, and great interviews with authors and players. Listen to Baseball and BBQ. For barbecue, we have great pitmasters, recipes, interviews.
Just great things. The world's, listen, there's baseball podcasts, there's barbecue podcasts, but there's not a podcast that has both. We do. You're going to love it. Baseball and barbecue, great guests, decent hosts, but you're going to love it. So
Yes,
tune in.
We have a lot of fun, and it's available on all your podcast apps.
And we're back. And let's start off with some terrific news. Carlos Beltran, of course, as you know, is going into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. And he will feature a Mets logo when he's inducted on July 26, putting him alongside Seaver and Piazza as the only players to have that distinction. I didn't do this alone, said Beltran, who played for 7 teams over 20 seasons in the majors. Every team I played for shaped my journey, and I'm grateful to all of them. With the Mets, I experienced my greatest individual growth and success. I'm honored that my Hall of Fame plaque will feature the Mets logo, and I'm proud that every team I played for will be listed on the plaque. The Baseball Hall of Fame announced the logo selections last Tuesday. So Carlos Beltran is going in as a New York Met. And I know some people are not happy with this. I don't know why. But, you know, a lot of folks remember the strikeout at the 2006 playoffs and took a third strike. Look, that was a hard pitch to hit. He was damned if he did and damned if he didn't. And should he swung? Yes, probably. But he took the pitch, and it was a pitcher's pitch. And anyway, but we wouldn't have been in those playoffs without Carlos Beltran. So let's try to remember that. He had some of his best years in New York. He obviously was happy playing here. And so let's cut the guy a break. Be happy that he's going in with him as a Met, and we've got another Met in the Hall of Fame. I mean, there are tons of guys that played for the Mets that are in the Hall of Fame. I mean, just offhand, I mean, you got Willie Mays, you got Duke Snyder, you got Jeff Kent, who's going in this year as a San Francisco Giant. He played for the Mets as well. A number of guys, of course, that have gone in, but who really have made their bones as a New York Met. There's only three: the Seaver, Mike Piazza, and now Carlos Beltran. So let's just be happy about that and be glad that we've got another Met in the Hall of Fame. And be glad of that and watch the ceremony and be happy. And let's end the show today. Just a quick show. Just wanted to get one out there. And unfortunately, we're going to end on a sad note. The Detroit Tigers announced on Wednesday last that three-time American League All-Star and 1968 World Series MVP Mickey Lolich passed away. He was 85 years old. Lolich carved out a lasting legacy with a historic performance in the 1968 World Series. He started Game 2, Game 5, and the pivotal Game 7 against the St. Louis Cardinals, not only securing 3 victories, but going the distance in each of those wins. In one of the greatest individual World Series performances ever seen, Lolich hurled 3 complete games, held St. Louis to just 5 runs on 20 hits and 6 walks at a 1.7 ERA, and punched out 21 opponents. His final start during that time came on just 2 days' rest, but he nonetheless held Lou Brock and the Cardinals to 1 run on 5 hits and 3 walks in a 4-1 victory. Mickey Lolich spent the first 13 seasons of his career with the Tigers before being traded to the New York Mets in a December 1975 swap that sent 6-time All-Star Rusty Staub back to Detroit. He briefly retired following his lone year as a Met before returning as a reliever with the Padres in the 78-79, and again calling it quits, this time for good. So as we said, Mickey Lolich, former Tiger and Met and Padre, 85 years old, passed away last week, and our condolences go to his family. And that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me. Going to try to get a little bit more regular with the show. The holidays kind of screwed me up, and then some other things came up, but we're going to get it on track and get some guests in and get back to where we were before. So stick with us. MetsMusings podcast is on Spotify, it's on Apple, and wherever you get your podcast. It's also the video version is available on YouTube and Rumble, and check it out there. And don't forget to subscribe and like and leave a comment or two if you'd like as well. If you'd like to contact me directly, you can email me at metsmusings@gmail.com. So until next time, remember, keep the faith, stay optimistic, and let's go Mets. And I'm Gary Mack. I'll see you next time on another edition of MetsMusings.